Hey, thanks for checking my vlog. So, I actually just had a really off the wall but helpful, the hell do you call it? Oh, God. Uh, yeah. Oh my god, this is so bad. I can't freaking think of the term. Flashback, that's what it's called. Dear God. Okay. Yeah, we're with it today. Um, but yeah, I had a very off the wall but helpful flashback. I was actually watching Burn Notice. I got seasons 3 and 4 on DVD. I know. Netflix. I'm going to get Netflix. I promise. I want to get Netflix so bad because that's like basically how it makes more sense to do Netflix for $8 a month for unlimited TV shows and movies, or at least what they have on their database, than what it does to go out and rent or buy a DVD and not illegally download it and rip it off. Um, you know, you may or may not get. Most likely, you won't get in trouble for it, but you're still stealing from artists. Hello. Anyway, I was watching Burn Notice seasons 3 and 4. Well, I actually only watched one disc. And it got me remembering the fact that where my slow-mo time-lapse blend of downtown Fort Wayne originated from. It was watching Burn Notice whenever it has those of you that are Burn Notice fans. Those whenever it had the simple, you know, cinematography, scenery shots of Miami. How they, made Miami look really awesome. How, they had clips flying in all over the place, split video screen, everything like that, rotating crops and everything. It was really awesome. And that the editing to it, and the filters, the transitions, everything like that, whenever they got into scene. It wasn't all of them, but it was a lot of them. That really intrigued me. I was really into the editing on that. So, now I have graduated it from being that to being, a slow-mo time-lapse blend, and in which case, I'm going to use the transitions and the filtering and everything like that I'm talking about as kind of, the midpoint between, the midpoint between the break point of slow-mo time-lapse. It's going to be that midpoint right there. So, yeah. I all of a sudden have clearer visions in my head, and on top of that, it's just a matter of what I find I can do, honestly. I've never worked with moving and turning and flipping crops before on my editing software, so that's going to be new for me, as well as working with more filters in editing as well, which I've done a little bit here and there, but not nearly that much. So that's going to be different for me, and looking forward to it. I might do some today, I don't know. I don't exactly have all day to do it, so I definitely want a day that I have all day to play around with it. Otherwise, if I have to go into work and I started on it and I get really into it, it's going to really annoy me, the fact that I have to stop, go to work, and then be on a 4 or 5 hour shift or whatever like that through my one job, or my other job is typically anywhere between 7 to 9 hours. Have to stop editing whenever I get really involved in it. If it's something simple, if it's something that I'm just putting finishing touches on or whatever like that, yeah, I'll go ahead, dive right into it, and try to knock it out within like an hour or two, 3 at the most, and then go into work if I have to. But if it's something new that I'm trying to dive into, then I'm going to want to spend, hours on end on it. So, anyway, so yeah, and on top of that, I'm gonna, I don't know. I'm thinking about going out to either Guitar Center or Sweetwater, probably more likely Guitar Center, to see about some advice on recording guitar to computer. So, yeah, see about that. And I do have to go to work today. But you know, I've got the day today. I've more or less got the day. So, yay. Okay, that was a lot less than enthusiastic. Yes, I've got a better I've got a better vision now because I literally just randomly thought of Burn Notice. I just randomly thought of it out of nowhere. I was literally laying right here in my freaking bed. I was literally just laying in there, staring up at the ceiling, wondering, you know, how the hell I'm gonna pull this off. Well, guess what? I thought of a way. I was kind of thinking about it, and instead of getting advice on it, I think what I'd rather do is I'd rather just have a demonstration. Now, it's a smaller demonstration because essentially I'm testing out two things, and it's not going to take that much time at all. And my thought is that, you know, there's probably going to be a definite noticeable difference between recording guitar either onto my camera or getting some audio software, or getting whatever software I need to be able to record directly into my computer. So essentially what I'm doing is I'm testing both of them out, and what I would be doing is essentially testing both of them out and seeing, you know, if there's very much of a difference, which shouldn't take that much time, which, you know, wouldn't take that much time at all. Literally set it up, hook it up, play for a little bit, and then tear it back down again. That's literally it, and see which one sounds better. I'm not really sure. I honestly do not know. I've hooked up my camera to a amp of an electric rock guitar over at Guitar Center, and it sounded really, really good. You know, comparing that to something else that I don't really know. You know, I'm not too familiar with guitar recording. You know, just keep it that simple. I'm not familiar with guitar recording, so I'm going to familiarize myself with it in order to get the best results I can for as little money as possible. Because, you know, I don't have much to throw at it, I'll be honest. Okay, so not Sweetwater, Guitar Center. Guitar Center is very strongly pointing me in a direction of a $89, essentially $90, almost $100, $100 plug-in toy that, granted, will let the guitar sound better. I'm not sure that I want to do that, though. And here's my biggest thing about that is the fact that, you know, if I can get away with just simply plugging in my camera to my computer, or my camera to my, get away with plugging in the guitar to the camera. Wow, I had trouble spitting that out. If I can get away with that without, you know, without everybody, you know, being able to notice it, being able to tell, if there's a difference between, you know, if there's a big enough difference, like, between CD and FM radio, that big of a difference, if there's that much of a difference between recording onto my camera and recording in the computer with an interface and everything like that, then yes, I will see about trying to pour money into that. But if I can get away with it, then I'm going to go ahead and just use my camera. Okay, so I was over at Sweetwater and I got that. I actually got test recording of one of their guitars onto my camera. And I'm like, okay, I want to take it back home and play it out and see what happens. Well, I was also thinking about the fact that, you know, it'd be really nice to be able to preview something on my camera with decent audio. So, check out what I picked up. A little tiny speaker. It's just, this. The Philips Flex wireless portable speaker is just this little doodad right here. It's about that big around. Got Bluetooth on it. Got a jack in there for plugging into, which I need. DSCIM, just a USB charger, which also came with it. It gets bigger like that, so that way I can start pouring out enough bass to cause an earthquake. I'm totally kidding. Let's go ahead and test it out and see. Whoops, my phone froze up. So, yeah, I'll go ahead and test it right now. What happened was that my I was testing it and vlogging it, and the next thing I knew, very randomly, my the camera on my smartphone started freezing up, and the next thing I knew, my whole smartphone froze up. I turned it off, turned it back on, and I had absolutely no service until about an hour and a half later, at which point I had to go into work, and I just got back home. So, yay, technology. Anyway, here's the actual test that I did with the speaker. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and select the guitar test clip real fast. I did it from Sweetwater. Better. That sounds pretty freaking good. Give it a go. And here is a test with it for what I literally shot a little tiny test in my car of me just talking into my camera. Testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3. This is a test, this is a test. Pretty successful. I am actually very proud of this little speaker so far. I'm very excited to start using it, and I'm gonna be using it for I'm probably gonna use it for whenever I shoot my mini-series. I want to make sure the audio comes through all right, so I'm basically gonna use it to preview for whenever I record audio directly into my camera to make sure it came out right. Yeah. That's basically it. So, I'm gonna concentrate tonight on my writing, try to get a few things straightened out in my head for the script, for the screenplay, and tomorrow, I think. Let me double check my calendar real fast. Okay, so I do actually work tomorrow, but it's not until later, so if I wake up at 8, I can actually start editing, like, literally right as soon as I wake up. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna basically be editing until it's time for me to go into work. Monday. I've got an eye exam, so I've got to go to that. Otherwise, I'm free, so I'm gonna be editing almost all day Monday. So, yay.